and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Man, I know I'm early this morning, but I thought, hey, rather than not do a show, let me do a show. Just got to come on a little bit early, man. You know I got a lot of stuff to do, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait for everybody to pop up. Sitting here, man, you feel what I'm saying? Yes, we got big news to go ahead and talk about, man, what happened yesterday with our Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all come one, come all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this shit cracking. I'm ready to get into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you for pulling up. I know I hit y'all at the last minute, but that's why I say hit the notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Why this fucking shit right here is bullshit? Hold on real quick. Hold on. Oh, they did say that shit was fucking up. Okay, hold on real quick, y'all. I gotta make an adjustment. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a new OC. We got a new assistant head coach. And there might be others coming right behind them. Let's go. Come on now. Matter of fact, let me crack this motherfucking some face up. You know what I mean? So I can celebrate with the nation one time in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and check out what the next, well, I ain't gonna say the next moves, what the moves for free agency and the draft might look like now that we are getting situated with coaching positions being filled. So yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. For real. Let me go ahead and shout y'all out, man. So I need a drink. So, I got to take a sip. For the chat. You feel me? Brian Rodriguez, what's the deal, man? Yeah, early today, bro. I'm doing an hour and I'm going to bed. Got to get up and go get my son from school, come back home. And there probably will be, most likely, a Dirty Lunatic show tonight. So y'all stay tuned. 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, as well as Dirty Raiders channel. So y'all stay tuned, man. Might be some skits coming. I ain't said shit. I'm just telling you. It could be. Maybe. Who knows? You feel me? But yeah, we early. We live and direct, man. It is 5:04. Hey, shout out to New Orleans. You know what I mean? That's their area code, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. For real, for real. Richard Lyon, man, where you been, bruh? Good morning to you. Good to see you, man. For real, for real. Mr. CT, what's the deal, man? Good morning. Hope all is well with you, man. For real. Art White, man. What the fuck? Art, what's the deal, dog? Man, hey, so I come on early and I get to see a lot of my people that I ain't seen in a while. Hey, I ain't complaining. It's good to see y'all, man, for real. Richard Lyon, we got, hey, Brian Rodriguez. I ain't seen Brian up in a minute. Man, that's right. Salute to the East Coast, man. Hey, I'm glad I'm up this early then, man. You feel me? Alex S., what's the deal? Salute to you. Good to see you, man. Hey, man. Alfredo the boss with the sauce, man. What's the deal with it? That's right, man. Hey, we early, man. We just gonna celebrate that the Raiders are. Hey, the Raiders are going in the right direction. Believe that. But the pieces of the puzzles are not all there yet. They're not present. You know what I mean? We still got some other things to let it trickle down. But hey, we on our way though. I truly believe we're on our way. Yes, sir. Let me see. We got Bearded Raider in the building, man. Salute to you. We got War Production. Hey, what's the deal, man? Down yonder. You feel me? You up? See, I come on early. I know I catch you. Appreciate you, man, for real. All the Raider legends and coaches that coached all around the league. Believe in AP. Hey, that's real shit. Hey, that is the staple of being a leader. When people believe in you, it's easy to lead because they trust in me. The only thing that has to happen now is that the leader does not let the followers down. I think, and like and this is the thing that Telesco said that kind of moved me in some sort of way. When he said the way AP is, it's not follow me, it's join me. So that makes you feel like it's not just about AP, it's about everybody together. And I preach this and I preach it and I preach it. The machine as a whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So every individual person, player, coach on here, it don't mean shit. It only means shit when all that shit comes together and then you have a team. Hey, I like AP. I like what he's installing. And I guarantee you, what he's going to get out of these players and these coaches. You remember I had said a few weeks, or was it a week or two ago? I said, here's the thing that you got to look at. If AP motivates the players, the fan base, and the ex-players of the Raiders, like really get them, I said, just imagine what does he do to the coaching staff? How does the coaching, do they get pumped up like, man, I'm about to, like, when Kingsbury gets around AP and AP starts talking to him and telling him what he wants this offense to do, does Kingsbury be like, you know what? I'm going to come up with something. Who's scoring 50 a game? Because if the players feel like they can be like that, I'm pretty sure that same personality is rubbing off on the coaching staff to make them feel that as well. You know what I mean? Defensive Patrick Graham, we ain't giving up. We putting 0 on the board against making these offenses not be able to score at all. And then Kingsbury, well, if you keeping them to 0, we throwing up 50. I guarantee you, bro, it's infectious. You know what I mean? Like C19. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. Let me get back to y'all, man, because it's all about y'all. Hey, Lobie One Kenobi, my guy, man. What the fuck? I got everybody in this bitch. Hey, Raiders. Hey, for real on this motherfucking Friday. What it do? What it do? Yes, Last City we. I hope man, you gotta tell me if I'm saying that right, bruh. I don't like fucking up people's names, and I know your handle is like something you put out there that this is how you're supposed to say it, man. So you gonna have to hook me on phonics. You feel me? D-Mokes, what the fuck? Oh no, my God, we got everybody in this bitch. See, I gotta start coming on. I can't come on at 5:00 on the weekdays, bro. I left work early tonight, so I left at 3, and I'm like, let me put some shit together, and I'm gonna go live. I wasn't gonna go live today at all because I got shit to do, but fuck that. I got off early. I said, let me just do an early show, and here I is in proper English, lunatic. Here I am, Sam. I am green eggs and ham. Let's go. Yeah, we got everybody in here, dog. I'm feeling good. I heard that we are going to hire Hugh Jackson as assistant offensive coordinator. Is he going to be offensive or assistant offensive coordinator or QB coach? Or both? Could they make him both? Oh, Hugh Jackson is brilliant when it comes to offensive coordinating. I do know. Now, maybe as a coach, you know what I mean? It's kind of iffy because I guess, little bad trips in Cleveland, and then with us, well, we weren't really bad with us. He was an interim as we forced into it as well when Al Davis died. You feel me? But I feel when he was with us, what he did by because a lot of people want to knock him for making that trade with Cincinnati to get because when Jason Campbell went down with the injury, man, we were doing good that year. Jason Campbell went down with the injury, so it was on Hugh Jackson to try to make sure we keep that momentum going, man. And it just, you got to remember, damn, why am I forgetting that motherfucking quarterbacks? Why is my shadow in the background, bro? Because the white, yeah, my motherfucking should be tripping. When I wear white on here, yeah, the camera be like, nah, nigga. Nah, it's too much white. But somebody going to the chat gonna tell me, bro. Hold on, let me go down. Yes, Carson Palmer. My bad, man. You know what I mean? I be trying to fight the fact that when you get older, but it ain't got nothing to do with getting old. It's just I got so much shit in my head. I'm trying to remember with the coordinators and okay, Carson Palmer. You can't knock Hugh Jackson for trying to keep that season going. You know what I mean? So I understood that. It's just the fact that Carson Palmer hasn't been playing football, was sitting on the couch. He's not in football shape. You know what I mean? So I don't knock him for that. We did go 8-8 under him. You know what I mean? But especially with all the shit that happened, bro. You know what I mean? You lose Al Davis, Jason Campbell goes down with a broke clavicle. The momentum that year under Jason Campbell, hey, everything was going in the right direction. You know what I mean? You had Darren McFadden, Michael Bush. I mean, you had a team, but it's just unfortunate bad things happen. You know what I mean? Excellent age does that. Fuck that shit. No, it don't. You better stop that shit. Fuck that shit. That's a fucking myth. I'm gonna start doing a Raiders Mythbusters. Is it true that you become forgetful when you're later on in age? Next on the Lunatic Raider Show. You feel me? Ozzy stupid as shit. Ozzy, don't make me put you in fucking timeout talking that old shit. Hey, 303 Raider, what? I ain't seen him. So I gotta come on at 5 a.m. to see my old school partners? What? Oh, that's some cold shit. All right, that I think I got everybody. Hold on. No, I did. Mr. CT, War Productions, Ozzy, Richard Lyons in the building. I think I got everybody. Lobby 1, Alex S, Raider Nation for life. Trigger. What's the deal, man? Salute. I got Trigger now. We good with him. We got Brian Rodriguez, yes indeed. Penix and Nix haven't looked good during senior. But see, Brian, this is what you got to understand with Knicks, and we discussed this yesterday. You got to remember, both of these quarterbacks, it's been about a month since they played in a football game. Not just that, they're playing in a Senior Bowl with a center they never took snaps from, receivers they never threw from, and an offensive line that never blocked for them. You know what I mean? And when you're in the practice of the Senior Bowl, you got the red jersey on, you don't get that threat of a pass rush coming to take you out because they can't touch you. They want you to go through the progression of making the play when you're in practice. So you don't get that urgency feel. It's like, shit, motherfucker can't touch me. You know what I mean? So I can just take my time and make the throw. But it's a lot of shit that you're forcing these guys to try to get used to in a week and then play tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's a difficult task. You don't know the characteristics of the guys that you're throwing to. You don't know their intentions as far as coming in and out of their routes. You don't know the tendencies they have. You don't know none of that. You know what I mean? So you're basically going out there in the blind, trying to play a football game that a lot of mistakes is going to happen, of course. There's going to be some interceptions because you figure defenses versus offenses are reactionary. See, defenses don't have to worry. I got to react to the man I'm on. I got to react to the offensive lineman in front of me. I got to react to what the quarterback does. So it's reactionary for the defense. It's easy for them to not play with people before, you know what I mean, and just go out there and play because you're looking at the tendencies of the adversary. But on offense, as a quarterback, you got to try to figure out the tendencies of your own weapons. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that goes into it, bro. I wish that I mean, there's not really too much you can really do with the Senior Bowl. I mean, you're putting a lot of people, you know, on a platform to be seen, and maybe it increases their stock value. Then you got people on offense that might be good at adjusting on the fly and producing in a short amount of time with players they never played with before. You know what I mean? You get that. These guys ain't going to play a full game. There's going to be one quarterback for this quarter, this quarterback for that quarter. You know what I mean? This running back, this receiver. They're going to exchange people out just to get an idea. I think it's more beneficial to the coaches coaching these teams to get a better look at possible potential draft picks. I can run them through the ringer and have them do shit to see if they fit what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? Remember yesterday I was telling y'all that I was thinking, I was hoping that Kubiak would be the offensive coordinator, but I knew he was with the Niners and they couldn't interview him. I said, but they need an offensive coordinator now to be able to go scout the Senior Bowls and shit. What, last night? Oh, no, tonight is Friday, right? Was yesterday the Shrine Bowl? Were the East-West? I can't remember. I was at work, bro. It was either Thursday or tonight. But that's another one they got to go out and put their eyeballs on and trying to analyze potential draft picks. So there's a lot that needs to be done with the offensive coordinator because they all got to go and be like, oh, yeah, my offensive scheme, that guy right there, the wide receiver there, perfect. That running back, oh, perfect. That tight end, oh, perfect. That quarterback, we might want to think about, you know what I mean? So I'm glad they made the move. You know, like I said, it was between Kingsbury and Kubiak. I thought Kubiak would have been better if it was true that Mark Davis didn't want somebody to like do good one year and then get recruited as a head coach elsewhere and just have a guy here consistent with our offense so we can groom him. We can grow through the natural maturation of being a new offense, but being able to keep going and learning it so it can all work as one unit. Remember, machine as a whole greater than the sum of its parts. In order to do that, you got to have reps in the same system over and over again. So then thinking about it in secondary, you don't even have to worry. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can't put too much blame on the quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl. You're going to get what you get, bro. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast the way it is. I don't believe that, Brian. Don't you believe? Hey, people keep See, and I'm knowing you probably got that from elsewhere or whoever is saying this shit, but you got to remember at Oregon, it did not require him to go deep all the time. But I've seen him go deep and hit his target right on point. You know what I mean? I watch every Oregon Duck game during the season. I'm a Duck fan. You know what I mean? Quack, quack. But, Bo got that arm, bro. He can go deep. Don't you believe that shit. Don't you believe that shit. I seen it myself. You feel me? He said pause. Oh, he can go deep. Pause. You know, I wish you could pause the ball in the air. Oh shit, about to be an interception. Pause. Somebody blow the ball to the left. Blow the ball, pause again. God dang, we got to pause on every fucking thing. Oh, I don't want to hear that shit, Richard Lyon. You got a cannon shooting fucking dust. Now let me. I'm fucking with you. I ain't see you in a minute, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to fuck with you now. Richard Lyon, what the fuck was you doing, man? Huh? Turning bitches' mouths into daycares? Hey, Raider Syndicate. Yeah, I had to come on early. I got off early tonight, so I said I'm gonna do the show early. That allows me to get some rest because I got to get up and then, you know, go get my son out of school because I get him on the weekends. You know what I mean? So, but there, you know what I mean? The positive of it is I'm here. I'm here. As a matter of fact, salute to the world's most dangerous chat. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Smash that like, man. That's all I ask. It don't cost nothing. You ain't got to buy nothing. Matter of fact, I took the Merc down for right now. But we'll be back up and running in a minute. But right now, I'm just focusing on trying to build a channel. We're working our way on to 2,000. Once we hit 2,000, to the people that haven't been on here recently, once we hit 2,000 subscribers, I will be giving 2 Raider jersey giveaways. Home or away. This is going to be whoever wins the 2. Not one person gets 2, but 2 people winning a jersey each. You get to select whether you want it home or away, the name and the number that goes on the jersey, and it will be a Nike jersey just like this custom Lunatik 5-2. Just like this one. You know what I mean? So yeah, tell your friends that's Raider fans, tell your sisters, your girlfriends, your side chicks, the mailman, all that good shit. The free clinic doctor that gives you the shots and the horse pills for that drippy dick. Hey, if you're a Raider fan, tell them, hey, go fuck with Raiders Allegiance. That's the channel on YouTube with Lunatic Raider. You're gonna enjoy every minute of the motherfucking show. Ain't no censors. Give a fuck about that shit. I know they limit my motherfucking money with the advertisements they're allowed to put on here, but who gives a fuck? It's a Raider thing until I fuck a bang. Hey, you know what? Fuck the Super Bowl teams. This is what I want everybody to do. If you don't care about the Super Bowl because both of them sons of bitches is playing each other a fucking again, hey, go watch Super Bowl 18. Raiders versus Redskins. Ain't nothing like it, bruh. Hey, just put the old school Raiders versus Redskins Super Bowl, and we all gonna be good with it because they destroyed those sons of bitches. Salute to y'all, man. Yes, sir. If I didn't have hair on my chest, I do now. And it made my bald hair go from gray to black. Boy, make my swipe look younger. Yes, indeed. So Luna, what are your thoughts on Kingsbury being hired? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because from what we know from the air raid attack offense, just like the name, we're gonna attack. We're gonna be very it's gonna be cliche. It's gonna be, you know what I mean? We're gonna be very offensive. You feel me? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I look to put up a lot of points. If we can score a lot of points, I'm gonna tell you like that. With the defense we have, and it's gonna improve, there will not be one team in the NFL that the Raiders can't beat. And I'll go out there on a limb and say that shit. There will be no team. Let me reiterate. If the Raiders can have an offense that can score at will, and what I mean by this is the scary thing. Imagine, you remember when the Rams had the greatest show on turf in St. Louis? Think about that. Just remember that offense. Remember the weapons. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, but just remember Marshall Faulk. All those receivers they had, and they had a damn good defense. I'm not saying we're mirroring them. I'm saying what we present as a threat is exactly what that team. They were a threat on defense. They were a threat on offense. And on offense, it was either throwing or passing the ball off to the Marshall Faulk. Night. You know what I mean? So we could have one of them offenses that's like, teams will look at us and be like, damn, they're good at everything. They can run the ball. They can run the running back out the backfield and throw him into the passing game. They got Devontae Adams. They got Jacoby Myers. They got Trey Tucker. They got Michael Mayer. They got Josh Jacobs if they bring him back. They got Zamir White. Dude, we are fucking loaded. In this offense, in a Kingsbury offense, with these weapons, show me a team that's going to raise their hand and be like, we'll play the Raiders. You know what I mean? And then you look at the defense like, bruh, you know the defense is just going to get better. How? Because you're going to add some, like you did, okay, like last year. What did it add to make the defense better? Spillane? You know what I mean? You added pieces that like, bruh, motherfuckers sleep on these guys. But they knew exactly what kind of talent to go after. And you got to figure it's going to happen again. Now with the coaching, you don't just have just a coaching staff. You have a coaching staff with a wealth of knowledge at every fucking level of this motherfucking team. And a lot of former coaches. It's not just AP. Marvin Lewis done did it. As a defensive coordinator, had one of the best defenses ever to grace the field of a football field. The 2000 Baltimore Ravens, that was Marvin Lewis's defense. You give him the pieces, and look what he did with them. He's going to be in AP's ear as an assistant head coach. We're going to go through the draft. Telesco, one of the best GMs in the first early rounds, first, second round, which we don't really ever hit on. Just go get us some starters that can come in day one and dominate, and go get us players that mimics the kind of effort and motor that a Max Crosby has, but at different positions. Oh, it's about to get real scary. Oh, it's going to get real scary for oppositions. You know what I mean? The real ops. Now, the only thing to complete the offense now, figuring out who's going to be our quarterback. But you know the beauty of that this year is there's so many different paths that end up at the same point. You know, as far as quarterbacks go, if you want to throw everything in on the middle of the table and gamble and move up to get a Caleb Williams, which I think that will work. Jaden Daniels, that will work too. And I'm talking about them working in this offense. Drake May, that will work too. Bo Nix, that will work. Stay at 13. If Bo Nix falls to you, grab him. Or take a second or third round pick. Go ahead. Justin Fields. A lot of people don't like Justin Fields, but you haven't seen Justin Fields in a Kingsbury's offense. I'm just saying, you haven't seen a Justin Fields in a Kingsbury offense where his weapons are way more superior than what he had in Chi-Town. He didn't have a Devontae Adams. He didn't have a Josh Jacobs. And then later to find out that Zamir White is just as potent. You didn't have a Michael Mayer who still ain't even close to his ceiling, but still productive. You didn't have a Jacoby Myers as your number 2 wide receiver. You didn't have the speed of a Trey Tucker where he gets open all the time when he goes deep. I just need somebody with the arm to get it to me. Not to mention, who else are you going to get in free agency and the draft to add to the plethora of weapons that the Raiders have now obtained? Boy, you think it's ugly for opposition? Wait till you see the 2024 season when we just take what the fuck we want. That's scary. And I guarantee you, there's a lot of, you know how people were like, oh, Harbaugh went to the Chargers. Oh, Kansas City got Walrus Boy. Oh, you got Sean Payton with the Denver Donkeys. But you know what we have not heard? I wonder what they're saying about us. Just now recently, you know what fucking Andy Reid came out and said? This is what Andy Reid said about why Kansas City is playing good now in the playoffs. The Raiders gave us a wake-up call. What? An inferior team to you? I thought Kelsey said that y'all gave us that game. I thought you gift wrapped it and had Santa Claus deliver it down the chimney and gave it here. Here's a victory. I thought that's what happened, Andy Reid. But Andy Reid said no. The Raiders gave us a reality check. They woke us up. Yeah, that's generally what happens when a motherfucker comes with that overhand right to the motherfucking jaw. You either going night-night or it's gonna ding you and everything is gonna get bright and you're gonna start seeing them little stars and shit. Yeah, oh yeah. It's like putting smelling salt under your nose. You're gonna wake up if you don't get knocked out. We woke them up. That's what Andy Reid said. Kelsey and all them, y'all can eat a dick, and your ugly, fat, flat booty ass bitch can eat a dick. Fuck a Swifty. You know what I mean? I'll swiftly kick you in your ass. Saying, oh, we gave that win to the Raiders. No, we slapped the shit out you. And it woke you up and it made you feel like we're not as good as we thought we were. We did that. We did that. Remember that. A team with a rookie coach, a rookie GM, a rookie quarterback, a rookie offensive coordinator came to your house on Christmas and beat your motherfucking ass in front of your motherfucking wife. She went to call 911. You told her, no, don't do that. That's snitching. So you just took your ass whooping. And then Andy Reid, shout out to Andy Reid for being truthful. The Raiders were your guys' wake-up call. We let you know you're not as good as you think you are. That's what happened. That's the facts of the story. Hey, about to make them famous. Charles Washington, salute. Sleeper players in the draft. No, we got sleeper players on this team right now, though. I don't want to. Hold on, let me make sure nobody listening. Make sure the feds ain't listening. I don't hear no feedback, so I don't think the feds is listening. But listen. Hey, they fucked up on Jack Jones. The Patriots did. They fucked up on Jack Jones. We got a lockdown corner, and guess what? He has 2 years left on his contract. What? Shh! Don't tell nobody I told y'all this. But hold on, there's another one. I'm gonna show y'all this shit again. Hold on. Let me show y'all something else. Shh! Don't talk too loud though. Your woman next door, laying next to you listening, or maybe some of y'all might have a dude laying next to you listening. Hey, but that's neither here or there. That it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Get it how you live. But let me go here. I'm gonna pull this up. Oh shit! I gotta go through all this whole thing. No, hold on real quick, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of different maneuvering we could do in this draft. You know, you're not guaranteed that Bo Nix. And you know what? This is kind of crazy. Like I said, the Raiders are in a perfect ass spot, bro. Because not everybody And I say everybody, not everybody needs a quarterback. Now, as much as I wouldn't mind a Caleb Williams or a Jaden Daniels or even a Drake May. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have any one of these guys. But if it doesn't happen, right? Say it doesn't happen. I guarantee you, a Michael Penix and a Bo Nix will fall to you. Now, I know I say things about Michael Penix Jr. about the mobility and he doesn't want to run. He just, you know what I mean? But if you have an offensive line to keep him upright, not only does he have an arm, he's accurate. Like I said, mid-60s on up is what I pay attention to at quarterback. If you hit 50 and below, I'm good. Unless you can improve that. But I you know what I mean? I'm not sold on that. I got to have mid-60, 65% and higher. And that's where Michael Penix is at, what, 60? Did I say 66 point something? But see, Bo Nix, 71.9, almost 72%. The highest ever that a quarterback has had a completion percentage in college football history. Yeah, you heard that right. College football history, Bo Nix. Now, some people might attribute that to, oh, well, look at the kind of offense that Oregon runs. Yes, Oregon does run that kind of offense. A lot of short passes, but they go deep too, though. Don't get it twisted. Every year, Oregon gets a receiver that you can go deep to. And I go look at the highlights. Go look at the highlight. We talk about 60-yard, damn near 70-yard passes. I done seen Bo Nix just launch that son of a bitch and hit the target right on point. Now, when they start talking about the Oregon offense, well, the Oregon offense only has Bo Nix doing this. Is that a knock? Because that's the offense that's working for Oregon? Just like our offense hopefully will work for us. You just got to get the right pieces to fit it. Bo Nix is mobile. He'll scramble and make the play. He can make the passes that we see the Mahomes and Caleb Williams make. Cross the body, right on point. You think there's nothing else out there. Next thing you know, boom, he finds somebody. They got the ball. But Michael Penix, you give him an offensive line, he will shred your mother ass up. Look, that's a fart sensor. Call it a fart sensor. You know what I mean? Sometimes I be trying to kick back on the cussing because they don't be giving me all my motherfuck advertisements. Facts, Luna, since Black Mama to now. Hey, for real though. But yeah, Bo Nix is very, very, very accurate. Like I said, he beat but see, sometimes it always, and I'm gonna say this. Like I said, I like Bo Nix, but I'm not gonna be a homer. Sometimes that accuracy percentage in college don't always carry over to the pros. Mac Jones, for instance. Mac Jones was the one that previously had that record at Alabama that Bo Nix beat this year. Where's what Mac Jones doing? You know what I mean? But usually, it's been a long time since I've seen a draft this deep at quarterback. And there's a lot more behind Penix and Bo Nix. They just, to me, they're not first rounders though. You got second rounders and third rounders that can be starters. Facts. If you can develop them. That's facts. But I have not seen a quarterback deep draft like this in a very, very, very long ass time. And with that being said, it's like you really don't have to sell the farm to move up to get a quarterback. And I'm speaking for the Raiders because you look at the fact that if you got someone who's accurate, can go through his progression, and can soak up an offense system quickly, he can hit the ground running. Because you look at everything, because I look at everything around him. He'll come into a situation where he has a top 10 defense. He'll come into a situation where every single playmaking position on offense is set. Number one receiver, set. Number two receiver, Set. Trey Tucker, I believe he's going to take Renfro spot because of the speed alone allows him to add something to the offense that Renfro can't. Set. Tight end that we drafted, Michael Mayer, he's the future. Set. Running back, Josh Jacobs. Say, for instance, you don't bring Josh Jacobs back. We seen what Zamir White did. Set. Say, for instance, you do bring back Josh Jacobs. Then what? Now you're set at running back. We still haven't seen Britton Brown. Sincere McCormick. The list goes on, bruh. And we just signed another futures contract to a running back that is said to have a 4.39 40. There goes that speed. Mama, there goes that man. So there's different routes that we can take. We can trade for Justin Fields. We can trade up and get Caleb Williams. We can trade up and get Drake May. We can trade up and get Jaden Daniels. We can stay put at 13 and get Michael Penix or Bo Nix. Or we could take another position at 13 if Bo Nix and both Michael Penix and Bo Nix was there. Most likely they're going to drop down past 13 if they're there when we pick. Maybe there's a Sweat, the defensive tackle from Texas. Maybe if you want to go to another fast, tall target on offense to run this offense Kingsbury is bringing, you might want to go roam Doomsday. Why? From Washington? Because he's from Las Vegas as well. But at 6'3", fast, makes good catches. You know what I mean? Maybe you go, if you feel he's the second best wide receiver in the group, that's another big fast target that whoever quarterback you get comes right into the fray, and bam, that's another weapon and potentially could replace Devontae Adams if Devontae Adams comes to the point where he walks away from the Raiders, or if we trade him. Let Devontae develop his replacement. He's a number one receiver. There's a lot of things we can do, y'all. That's why I'm excited because I want to see exactly the moves that we do make from this front office group. These motherfucking coordinators, former head coaches. Look, and I didn't even mention with the former head coaches, Marvin Lewis, former head coach. AP is the head coach. What about Rob Ryan, former head coach? Wasn't he a head coach for a minute? No, he was a coordinator, huh? Defensive coordinator. I don't think he was ever a coach. Marvin Lewis. If you get Hugh Jackson to come in here, former head coach. That's why I said, just imagine the war room during the draft, and you got all these former head coaches, both defensive and offensive, in this room, just congregating like, okay, hey, I've been watching this dude. Check him out. Check out the film. Oh, yeah. If he's there, if it's between him and him, we got to go put these guys in order where we will take him over him. Hey, the war room is going to be crazy, but it's going to be crazy in a good way. Telesco, former scout. You know what I mean? You got Champ Kelly in the mix in there. AP and fucking, if you got Hugh Jackson and Marvin Lewis. And come on, bruh. You got knowledge in that room, man. There's nothing better than knowledge in a room. That's why they tell you, if you're the smartest person in the room, you in the wrong Mickey Ficky room, bruh. You want to go to a room where there's a lot of knowledge, where there's people smarter than you. Just to let y'all know, for real, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. That's the war room. Because somebody's going to be smarter than somebody in there with all that knowledge and experience. Oh, my God, man. Hey, Raiders, Mark Davis, you doing this shit right, bruh. You doing this shit right. You got the nation in a frenzy, at least the smart part of the nation, because there's another part of the nation that, you know what I mean, they're inbred. But us, yeah, there's a thin line between being brilliant and being plumb loco. And the fraction that I represent, we're plumb loco, but we're brilliant though. We're brilliant, but we're on that fence like that motherfucker crazy as shit, but he sure know what the fuck he talking about. You remember they try to say that Fucking Einstein was crazy. But it's a thin line. You have to be kind of crazy to come up with theories and ideas to progress mankind in situations where you look at them like, what the fuck? Nigga, you gonna make a vehicle that can fly? That's probably what they said when they came out with the first airplane and helicopter. A vehicle that can fly? Get the fuck out of here, you crazy motherfucker, you. You're gonna look at motherfuckers that come with inventions of shit that you think, oh, hell no. Hell no. What? What the fuck is an airplane? Why would you guys absolutely not keep developing AOC? Look, let me tell you about AOC, y'all, and this might cut deep, but the fact is the fact. The only way AOC can be productive in a Kingsbury offense, you better hope and swear to God that you got an offensive line where he can just sit back there and just he's like a Michael Penix. But the difference is Michael Penix can be mobile, but he chooses not to. Aiden O'Connell, he's not mobile. Not because he chooses not to. He's just not. He's not. It is what it is. He can develop going through his reads and throwing balls, but don't expect him to use his legs because he's just not. You can't. It's just like, don't expect Peyton Manning to use his legs. Wasn't gonna happen. Peyton Manning ain't gonna do that shit. He's not gonna run an RPO. He's not gonna do it because he can't. So you got to gear towards his strength. So you had to get somebody like Peyton Manning protection. It was always about the offensive line with Peyton Manning. Always. He's not mobile. Like, come on. You're not gonna. Peyton Manning probably running a 6'3" 40. You know what I mean? A war, but that's a fact though. You have to be a little crazy to think outside the box to come up with something that nobody else came up with. Because now, like I said, there's no such thing as an original idea. It's just who implements it first. Now, a first idea somebody might come up with, be like, nah, hell no, that could never happen. You know what I mean? Therefore, killing what he could have progressed, or I was getting ready to say progressive, what he potentially could develop and invent. But then you have others that think kind of crazy and come up with the same idea and be like, I think I can make this happen. You know what I mean? You gotta be a little off, bruh. You gotta be a little off to be brilliant. That's what being brilliant is all about. See, here's the thing, Lobby One. You got to understand, a lot of your linebackers nowadays are former safeties. That means they can move. They can move. And if you're running an offense that like Kingsbury offense, you get 3 wide receivers, you got a tight end and a single back in the backfield. But sometimes you'll run that single back out the backfield into the passing game, running routes coming out the backfield, which leaves the quarterback back there alone. If he's back there, and say everybody's covered, say it's AOC, he's back there all alone in the pocket by himself, but there's nobody open. What are you gonna do? Take a sack or throw it away, or force it and throw an interception? Those are the only options that's available to you. You're either gonna take a sack, you might be able to throw it away, or you might try to force the pass, throw an interception, or force or be an incomplete. Out of those 4 things, a sack is bad, throwing an interception is bad, incomplete, you lose the down, but it's still the same distance. That's bad. So instead of 1st and 10, now you're 2nd and 10. To me, that's bad. Because now you only got 2 downs to make up those 10 yards to try to move the chains, or you're punting it on 4th down. All right. The other one, throwing it away. You still lose your down, but you keep the distance. So even if you throw an incompletion or throw it out of bounds, yeah, nobody intercepted it, but now you're 2nd and 10. If you get stopped on 2nd and 10, now you're 3rd and long, bruh. We know 3rd and long is not a nice situation to be in. So out of all those things that could happen, they're all negative. A sack is negative. Throwing it away, you lose it down, same distance, negative. Incomplete pass, negative. Interception, negative. 4 things can happen with a quarterback in the pocket by himself and there's nobody open. Because the positive thing that you can do in that situation, if you have a mobile quarterback, he can run the ball. He can tuck it and run and get positive yards. That's the only positive things that can happen out of those 5 instances. You know what I mean? That's the problem we have with a non-mobile quarterback. And the other thing is, our line is not dominating elite. We still got to figure out what the fuck are we going to do at center, right guard, and right tackle. It is what it is. Illuminor is a free agent. There's no free agents out there at right tackle that makes you go, oh, shit, let's sign him. No, there's not. If you go into the draft, you're gambling. You're hoping you can get a rookie to come in and start and play like a veteran. Because we're trying to win now. Believe it or not, we're trying to. You don't add all these ex-coaches as coordinators to win 3-4 years down the line. You're winning right now. You're winning right now. So I'm just saying, AOC, he's more of a liability than he is not. Because he lacks that one thing, that one element that can keep plays alive and keep the sticks moving. And that's mobility. And you're not going to practice running and get faster. You know what I mean? You're not going to practice having quick feet. It's like he's a statue in the pocket. That's not a knock on him. That's his style of play. Everybody's not mobile. But in order to make him successful for not being mobile, you better have everything in place to make sure he can do that. You must have an offensive line that can protect him and let him go through his reads and make the throw. He has the arm. The arm is not like elite arm. It ain't like Jeff George or Jamarcus Russell, but at the same time, he's accurate, though. He can be accurate. Sometimes he forces passes where they're not accurate. That's why they're not catchable. They're either over the head or in the dirt. I'd rather have that than an interception. You know what I mean? But you got to remember, he's even in year 2, he's a rookie. He did not play a full season last year. Now, you got to remember, he's a 4th round pick. There's a reason why you were drafted in the 4th round. And because you was not as good as the quarterbacks in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round. This year's draft is deep. If we grab a 1st or 2nd round quarterback, they will be talent-wise better than AOC. And right now, you look at all the quarterbacks in the draft, to me, they all look mobile. That's, you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Jaden Daniels is mobile. Caleb Williams is mobile. Drake May is mobile. Bo Nix is mobile. Michael Penix can be mobile, but he chooses the pocket first, which I can't deny it. You know what I mean? You wanna stay in the pocket as long as you can. He just has the knack of being able to stay in there long enough to make the play. That's his knack. But you still have to have an offensive line to give him that time to make that play. But he'll roll out and throw left-handed. He'll roll to his right and throw with his left hand. You know how fucking hard that is? You running right, and then you got to turn your body and throw it that way? Oh, they're filming him doing that shit. He can do it. But it's not like you want him to have to do that. Yeah. See, here's the one thing, Ozzy, that I really like that a lot. See, there's a lot of things that we're sleeping on because the old phrase, out of sight, out of mind. We're forgetting about Dalton Wagner. I think Dalton Wagner is their go-to. Like I said, they had an event at the Orleans out here in Vegas, right? And they had speakers. Speakers were former players. You had former players like Kenny King. You had I forgot everybody that was up there. But the only current Raider that I seen up there answering questions when they were asking them, how does today's team look under AP? They're asking them questions like that. It was Dalton Wagner. Dalton Wagner was out there with the old school vets. Even Kirk Morrison, old linebacker. He was the one asking the main questions. But the guys on the panel, Dalton Wagner was the only one currently on the roster that was there. So I know they're implementing, and he's a big dude. Put it like this. He's the Colton Miller at right tackle. So I think they already got that covered. I think they got it covered. It doesn't mean later on in the draft in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth rounds, you don't go find more offensive linemen to add depth. I think Parham and I think Mumford, I think they get their fair shake at giving it a try at these other positions as well. I don't know what Andre James is going to do. Maybe they draft a center. There's options. Now, center, I have not looked and seen what center looks like in the offensive line free agent market, but I know right tackle and guard is not something that is plentiful. It's not like a big, vast selection that you can choose from. I watched the Caleb Williams last night. Oh, you watched Caleb? Okay. He reminds me of bigger Doug Flutie. Okay. And see, one thing here's the thing with Caleb Williams. He will not be at the combine. Caleb Williams is doing a pro day. See, that's another thing we got to factor in because now it delays how soon you can analyze a player that's going to be in the draft. And I heard there's a lot of naysayers about Caleb Williams. They're not really convinced about Caleb Williams. So if that's the case, Caleb Williams might not go 1 overall unless Chicago say, fuck what the naysayers say. We're taking Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick. If that's the case, then that means Fields is out there for a trade. If you can get Fields with a 3rd round pick, that is something that you would have to seriously take note of. Because if that happens, if you get Fields with a 3rd round pick, then with your 1st round pick, you can go ahead and get you an offensive lineman, right side. 2nd round pick, you can go out there and go DT, or you can do it in reverse because there's a wealth of offensive linemen in this year's draft. So you can go DT 1st round, offensive lineman 2nd. So you got to start in the trenches. Trenches are very important, and I think these guys have new and old school philosophy, but regardless of if it's old or new, the trenches is where you start to build at. So I think that if you get Fields with a 3rd round pick from Chicago, that's your quarterback. Now what we got to do is get our DT and get our offensive lineman. Now you took care of the trenches with high quality type talent in the 1st and 2nd round. 3rd round, gone. We got our quarterback. We're not tripping. 4th round, now you start filling out the depth pieces. Maybe you find a corner, but free agency might give you a corner because I know there are some DBs in free agency that you can pair with Jack Jones backs as a lockdown dual fucking corner piece like we had back in the day with motherfucking Mike Haynes and the molester. Lester the Molester. I hate that nickname. I don't know why they gave that motherfucker that, but Lester Hayes. Mike Haynes and Lester Hayes, we haven't had a dual lockdown corner tandem in years. And you can get that in free agency by adding one piece at corner. Or maybe you can develop Jacorian Bennett with the new corners secondary coach that we added, as well as who else is there? I don't know if the other corners, who are going to be free agents though. See, I got to look into all the free agents that's going to be out there, but there's going to be some names out there, my guy. Yes, indeed. 5:57. About to shut this shit down and go night-night. I got to go pee-pee. Oh, I got to knock out. Oh, I got a whole bunch of beer left. Fuck. Shout out. Hey, that's what I'm trying to bring it to y'all real. You feel me? Lester Hayes was that dude, bruh. He does need to be in the Hall of Fame, Big Al. And that's a disappointment for real. That they don't have him in there. Shout out to Lester Hayes, bruh. Hey, I need you to sign that 1980 Topps card I got of you, bruh. Mint condition. I'm gonna catch you one. Hopefully you out here for the Super Bowl next weekend. And there's an event that you're gonna be at. I gotta have you sign it, bro. I also had Dwight Clark's 1980 card, and I never got him to sign it. And he's resting in peace now. You know what I mean? So I gotta get at y'all, man, before it's, you know what I mean? God knows I might go first. For real, for real. But yeah, man, hey, there's a lot of different things we can handle in this draft, free agency. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I like Kingsbury. I want to see the innovation that he brings with the talent that he already has here. That's the shit, right? Man, that's that shit. So, hey, salute to Kingsbury. Salute to Marvin Lewis. Salute to the whole staff, man. Patrick Graham, even the front office, Tom Telesco, Champ Kelly, AP. Man, hey, salute to y'all, man. Y'all make the Raider Nation. We're getting very excited because we can see the potential under your guys' tutelage. And you know what? It reminds me of what Al Davis said. Remember what Al Davis said when he won the Super Bowl one year? Remember what he said? He broke down the blueprint. First, you go out there and you get you great coaches. Then you go get great players. And that's exactly the order we're approaching this with. We got great coaches. We went out to Marvin Lewis. Come on, if Hugh Jackson comes, now we got Kingsbury with former head coaching experience. You go get great coaches and you go get great players, and what you have is a great organization. Mark Davis, hey, bro. A lot of people knock you, bro. I can't knock you because I understand the way this shit works with owners of franchises. Not everybody that owns a team is savvy in that department of that sport. Like I said, everybody said, well, Mark Davis don't know football. How many fucking owners do you think know football? Football owners. Let's keep it a buck. How many do you think know football? Do you know who the owner of the Seattle Seahawks is? I'm gonna wait. Let me see in the chat. Do you guys know who the owner of the Seattle Seahawks is? And do they know football? I'm gonna tell you who it is. I know exactly who the owner is. Being the owner, yeah, you know what I mean? We done had beers and shit. Do you know who the owner of the Seattle Seahawks is? And I'm going to give you a prime example of owners don't all know the sport that they own the team in. These are hobbies. These are collectibles to them. Do you think the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars know football? What's his name? Khan? You think Khan ever played football? Mike G, salute to you. Black, sheep, stripes, spots, man. Salute to you. Arizona is at 4. How much? Okay, but here's the thing, Charles Washington. You don't just move up just to be moving up. You got to have a target. So who would you think would be the target at number 4? If we know Arizona is not, here's the thing though, and that's, you make a good point though, but we got to cover all aspects of that thinking that you have right now. At number 4, if the quarterbacks come off the board, Caleb, Jaden, and May, 1, 2, 3. If they come off the board, 1, 2, 3, and now we're at 4. If there is a target that you have, whether it's a Bo Nix or a Penix, you might want to go ahead and move up to 4 to get one of those guys, because I'm telling you, Denver has that on their mind. I heard Denver is thinking that they would move up to get a quarterback. They will move up, and they're right ahead of us. So they're talking about jumping somebody in front of them. And that could be detriment to us to grabbing the quarterback. Maybe they grab a Bo Nix if we want them. Maybe grab a Penix if we want them. You know what I mean? So now the chess game begins. There's going to be a lot of pump faking. There's going to be a lot of news being thrown out there to make stock drop because they either smoked weed or had sex with a transsexual. There's going to be a lot of shit out there that they going to try to fuck off a motherfucker's, status. Now, I heard Caleb Williams don't want to play for Chicago. It's not the first time that ever happened. So that's feasible. If that's the case, they could scare Chicago in trading the number 1 pick. Unless they keep it and don't go quarterback and go wide receiver. See, there's a lot of shit that can happen, bro. Chicago can set off a straight domino effect by the decision they make. Either they draft Caleb Williams against his will, either they go wide receiver instead, so that pushes the 3 quarterbacks that you would like to have out of those 3. Now it becomes 2, 3, and 4 that they will be slotted at. That means that number 4 pick becomes more valuable, and Arizona will hit you in your pocket. Oh, you really want the number 4 pick? This is what we want. Because now the top 3 quarterbacks, one of the top 3 quarterbacks will be there at 4 if Chicago goes wide receiver. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit, bro. This draft is going to be fun as a mother. You get round 1 prime time first, Thursday night. That's going to be so lit, bro. I'm going to have some drink. I'm be watching that shit like it's a like it's a major movie hitting the theater. You feel me? But it's going to be interesting. Oh, how does Telesco maneuver his way through the draft? Does he make picks? Does he pick players that we didn't think we could ever get, and when we get them, can he finagle his way to getting a top 3 quarterback? So without selling the farm, is there a way he can do it? Shit, he's been a GM for 10 years. If anybody knows how to maneuver, I guarantee you he does. That's real shit. Hey, if Caleb don't want to go to Chicago, that's going to scare Chicago away. They're not going to wait unless they draft him and then trade him later. But see, you would want to trade him before the draft, or no. If you draft, you would want to sell. Yeah, you don't want to draft him and then trade him. You want to trade that draft pick. It makes more sense. If you draft him and then try to trade him, it is not going to work out in your favor. Like if you trade the number 1 pick overall. You know what I mean? So, because then after you draft them, then the only draft picks that a team could give you is either the picks that are still left in the draft or next year. And I don't want to gamble on next year picks. You know what I mean? I don't want to give you a quarterback that can put you at a position where you win more games, and now my draft pick value to drop all the way down to the bottom quarter of the draft because you did better, because I helped you with Caleb Williams, regardless of what you agreed to trade to. Now that value of that pick you might be one of these teams that want to jump up from 9, 8, 7 up to 1. But that Caleb Williams type trade might have made you better to win more games next season, which you being at like 9, 7, or 8 now is like 20, 21, 22. The value is gone. So to get the value of what it is now, face value now, you got to trade that number 1 pick and not draft Caleb and then turn around and trade him. It doesn't make sense. That's why I said Chicago controls this draft this year. Fact. Chicago, they control it because they got another pick at 9? Don't Chicago got the second pick at 9? That's a lot of shit, bro. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fun to watch this shit. I think Kyle Murray could be the you know what? Nick Fury, you know what? That possibly could be, but it depends on what quarterback is there at 4. Like I said, if Chicago skips quarterback and go wide receiver, now you done force the top 3 quarterbacks down to 2, 3, and 4, which 4 is where Arizona is at. Who would be at 4? What if Caleb Williams does drop and Jayden Daniels and Drake May goes first before him, and then Caleb Williams is there at 4? What do you think? You know what I mean? What do you think? You look at Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was brought into Arizona because Kingsbury was the coach. Think about it. That was Kingsbury's guy. So what direction does the new OC, new head coach, or whatever Arizona has they're working with right now, what direction do they want to go into? They might not want a Kyler Murray. So maybe Kyler Murray does hit the trading block by if a Caleb Williams is available at 4 and they're on the clock. That you make good point with that one. Hey, see, like I said, man, there's a lot of working parts in this shit. There's a lot of shit that could happen. Yeah, it don't matter if he look like a kid, bruh. It matters, can he produce? He was Rookie of the Year for a reason in that Kingsbury offense. And I don't think, but I don't think Kyler Murray, you know what I'm working on, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm working on, but I'm working on something to try to get an idea of Kingsbury's approach. Hopefully I can get this shit to happen. Matter of fact, I gotta contact my dude, my homeboy, today to see if we can make it happen. But y'all gonna want to stay tuned because I'm gonna have something big on here. But I can't promise nothing. You know what I mean? But it will clear up a lot of questions you will have about Kingsbury, if I can make this interview happen. So just stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. But yeah, man, I've been on here long enough, man. Salute to each and every one of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for being here this morning. I know I came on 2 hours early, but that allowed me. Now I can just take my ass to bed because I'm going to get up at 12 and get ready to shoot out to go get my boy for the weekend. We're going to watch UFC and boxing this week. I ain't going nowhere because next weekend is party. Yes, fuck the Chiefs, fuck the Niners. It's a Raider weekend regardless of who playing in the Super Bowl. You feel me? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. MA5, my dude, man. Salute to you. I don't think KK and Kyler like each other. I don't know. That was Kingsbury's guy, though. You know what I mean? That was Kingsbury's guy. Kyler Murray was. That's the perfect definition of his offense as far as what he's looking. That's why we can get an idea of what kind of quarterback we're probably going to go after because of Kyler Murray and Mahomes and Johnny Manziel. You know what I mean? Those are they're all cut from the same cloth. Different sizes, but they all possess the mobility in the arm. You know what I mean? So that kind of gives us a hint as far as what direction we're headed. Who will we target? Not saying who we are targeting, but who would we target? It would have to be guys along that, you know what I mean? Along that build as far as what they bring to the table. You know what I mean? So it's a wait and see. It's a wait. That's why we can throw a Justin Fields name in there, and we could throw a Jayden Daniels and a Drake May and a Caleb Williams. We can throw all those names out there because those guys fit the mold as far as what Kingsbury wants to do in his offense from a quarterback position. You don't have to do nothing else. You don't need a Devontae Adams. We got him. You don't need a Trey Tucker with speed in the slot. We got him. You don't need a Michael Mayer. We got him. Everything on offense is set except for the right side of the line. We just got to address that, and then we'll see what happens. Right on, Lobby One, man. I appreciate it, man. I try to make this. I try to give y'all as much information, and we together, we can ask questions and try to build a better picture of what is it that the Raiders can do and would do. I love doing this shit. I love trying to break it down and analyze because I don't have nobody on the inside. It's easy for someone to have somebody on the inside tell them, oh, this is what the Raiders is doing. You know what I mean? Kind of like giving you the answers. But I want to sit back from the outside looking in and try to break down what is the Raiders thinking? What is their thinking at quarterback? What point of attack can they make to get the quarterback that fits what we're trying to do offensively? That's you know what I mean? That to me, that's fun as shit. It's like being a detective. We're trying to decipher what it is the Raiders, because the Raiders ain't gonna tell us shit. You know what I mean? They'll give us a little hint here and a hint there, but it's up to us to figure it out. And I love that shit. It's called problem solving. Like we're probably thinking, okay, you don't give up, picks. I mean, there's also the other aspect of maybe we stay at 13, we draft, maybe we trade back from 13 and add more picks. Maybe those extra picks from trading back from 13 will allow us to jump back in the first round with our second round pick. Now we got 2 first round picks on. There's a lot of shit that can happen, bro. That's why the draft is so fucking fun. It's so fun. Because you don't know. It takes one team ahead of you to change your whole outlook and your whole fucking game plan in a draft. And the way they broke it down, where you only get round 1, day 1, and then 2 and 3 on day 2, and then the rest of them on day 3, they break it up. So you figure after round 1 on Thursday night, everybody makes their picks, then you go to sleep. But the GMs they're not going to sleep. They're contacting these other teams. Look, we know you got the first pick of the second round. We want to go ahead and move up and get it from you. Ain't that how we got then we move up for Michael Mayer? Exactly. There's a lot of maneuvering to go on. Holly, what's the deal, Holly? Good morning. It's got to be a mobile. You know what I mean? Like I said, what first tipped the hands of the Raiders knew what the fuck they were doing. You know what I mean? I think they already knew Kingsbury was their guy, but they wanted to make sure they interview everybody just in case somebody came along and wowed them more than what Kingsbury did. But I think Kingsbury was, because when they put out these future tender contracts, Anthony Brown was one of them. Anthony Brown is a mobile quarterback that played behind Lamar Jackson. And I guarantee you that system that Lamar Jackson played is similar to what AP once done here. They go deep and they run the ball. I mean, shit. So you got to have somebody that knows that shit already to come in and help. I'm not saying Anthony Brown is going to be a starter or a backup, but he'll be, if anything, on the practice squad. That's another mobile quarterback that we can make sure our other guys that's practicing with that group can be familiar and get used to, because that's what's going to happen if you come from the practice squad to the 53 and become a starter or a backup. And whoever quarterback we do get that's mobile, you're going to have to be used to that. You know what I mean? So, hey, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit we got to comb through. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, man. Once again, man, hey, salute to the nation, man. There's only one nation. That's the motherfucking Raider Nation. Y'all see that shield? Y'all see that shit? We ain't new to this. We true to this, man. Hey, salute. Yes, sir. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Mickey Ficky Friday. I can't wait till the press conference that the Raiders set up for us to talk, and not for us to talk, but for them to talk and tell us what Kingsbury plans on bringing to the table, what his whole vision is for this offense. I'm looking forward to that. If they come on before I have to leave tomorrow or today, hopefully, well, no, you know what? I don't think the hiring is official. Adam Schefter just leaked that shit out. So today is Friday. They might do a press conference. I'll keep my ear to the ground, man. If so, I'll do a quick live if it's before 12, I'll do a quick live, even though I'm getting up at 12. I'll do a quick live and keep everybody on point. You feel me? Pyro, salute to you, my brother Tops. Yeah, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Once again, if this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel, smash that like, leave a comment, share the video, hit that notification bell too while you at it. So with that being said, man, you guys have been watching Raiders Sunrise Live with Lunatic Raider, man, and right here on Raiders Allegiance. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Yeah, man, we gonna rock and roll, man. The Raiders, they're on a mission. They're on a motherfucking mission, and it's a mission that none of these other teams that gotta face us, they don't want that. They don't want it. Everybody talk about motherfucking Harbaugh going to Chargers. I wonder if Harbaugh at the Chargers wondering about these motherfucking Raiders got Cliff Kingsbury. With the weapons they got, with that defense they got, fuck. I guarantee you, our division, oh, they worried about us. We not worried about them. We not. That's not the mentality AP is putting into this team. The mentality is we can beat anyone. Anyone. We can beat anyone. That's the mentality we have. And AP gave us that because that's what made him bump heads with Josh McDaniels by stating the 2006 Super Bowl when the reason why the New York Giants beat the New England Patriots when they were undefeated is because they believed they can beat anyone. Now you're starting to understand. You get that mentality on this team with the talent we got, it's going to be a long day. So with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider, Raiders Allegiance. This has been Raiders Sunrise Live. I look forward to seeing y'all. I might come back, like I said, if they do a live press conference, I'm going to pop up. But tonight, stay tuned, 11 p.m. Pacific. I'll do a Dirty Lunatic show. I'm not going nowhere, so I'll be here to do it tonight and tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see if we can get Dirty Raider on there too and talk this Raider shit. I'm Lunatic Raider, and I'm out this. Fa la 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 la. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. I'm out this bitch.